Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Tam's Tidbits. My name is Tammy Dixon, and I am going to be coming to you from time to time with what I like to call a tidbit of information. Today, I just want to briefly mention to you, I'll give you a little bit of information about myself. I currently work as a family advocate for an agency that does support and recovery for adolescents, ages 13 to 17, sometimes even 18, that are court ordered to go through the program that my agency provides to do support and recovery because they have a substance abuse issue. They come in referred from the court, sometimes as parents, and sometimes just word of mouth, or we'll meet someone when we're out in the public and they're interested in what we're doing. I have worked with developmentally delayed adults, children. I've worked with autistic children from one end of the spectrum to the other. I've worked in a crisis unit for kids. Coming into the psychiatric hospital, residential, group homes for boys and girls. I've managed a group home. I've worked in the prison system, just a little bit of everything when it comes to mental health and behavioral health, not on the clinician side, but on the lay side, the hands-on side. So just to give you an idea that when I am giving you a tidbit of information, it is based on facts, not assumptions. And I just want to share these things with you so that in your day-to-day lives, your interactions with your children, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbors, maybe you'll have a little bit more understanding that we all have issues and we need to deal with understanding and appreciating others' shortcomings as well as ours in order to get along better in this life. I deal with teens, we presume a lot about teenagers because we were ones and we know how we were as teens, and we know how teens that we see or even the ones in our homes act and behave at different times. However, I will never justify or try to make excuses for bad behavior. I will, however, let you know that if a person actually has a diagnosis and they have their behavior fits that diagnosis and they have been diagnosed by a professional and they have to take medication, go to therapy, what have you for that, then let's just say that we do have to make some exceptions for those individuals. However, I'm a firm believer in anyone can learn, can be taught something. They may not learn it as fast, they may not be able to receive it as quickly as others, but repetition of anything will allow someone that can receive information, maybe not in the way you receive it or others receive it, but they will be able to receive it at some point. It is good to know these things because we live in a world that is full of all different types of people, all different types of backgrounds and different walks in their life. But specifically, I want to stay on the subject of our kids because that is something that is near and dear to my heart. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would be working daily with children, but I also do work with their families as well. I advocate for them as well. But it is interesting to hear some of the things that our teens have to say to a person that has gained their trust, that they rely upon to treat them well and to be there for them. And to recognize when they're having a bad day and to recognize their struggle and to also give them the structure and the discipline that they may not receive in a home. And that's what I do at times when need be. because I pay attention to those around me, including, you know, my own people in my home as well. So, with that being said, just when we ask our children or neighbor or niece or whomever it may be, and some of the things that I'm telling you will not only apply to a child, we can apply it to one another. How you doing today? Oh, hey, Jim, how you doing today? Jim is dying on the inside, but all you're waiting for him to say is, oh, I'm fine. You know, how was your weekend? Oh, cool. All right, cool. We need to listen with the intent of hearing what is actually going on behind. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good. And you see this person acting differently, but maybe you're not sure how to respond. And that's what we need to learn as individuals, everyday, regular people. We don't have to be licensed. We don't have to be a therapist to know, hey, this person's in trouble, because there are resources out here. There are people readily available to act and respond to a person in a crisis and in need. And sometimes it's not that serious. Sometimes it's just somebody needs to hear you. Just a kind word, actual sincere. How are you doing today? I see you looking like your eyebrows, you can see this on a person all day long. They're thinking about something. They may be pondering something. You may not have to get into their business, but the act that somebody cares and someone is concerned about me may alter what that person may be thinking about as far as self-harm or harming someone else. The fact that there's somebody who can hear me. And all of us don't have that readily available at home or anywhere else. So today, when you ask somebody, how you doing? I want you to mean it. I want you to listen and offer whatever it is that you can offer them. Even if it's just a smile, even if it's a hug, or, just to hear them out. Do that for me. This is Tam's Tidbit for today. Ask someone how they're doing and listen. Listen to how they are actually doing. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a great day. Remember, I care about you, and you are going to learn how to care about others. Thanks for joining me.